Hi Big Lap Bible, I am Blaze and I'm currently full-time travelling Australia solo. My Instagram is Hurley and a girly. Hurley is my van and I'm the girly. I decided to travel full-time as soon as Sydney went into lockdown in 2020. I did initially plan on backpacking internationally, but obviously that went out the window. So naturally, spontaneously bought a van and here we are traveling our beautiful country of Australia. I'm currently in Exmouth, WA. I did plan on only being here for 3 days, but it's been 3 months now and I'm absolutely obsessed with the place. I planned on doing a whole lap of Australia, obviously starting in Bondi and then went south, including Tassie, and then did Vic, South Australia, WA. Planned on doing Northern Territory, Queensland, but with everything happening with COVID, I think I'll just stay in WA and who knows, finish the lap next year. No rush really. Hurley is an ex-rental, so she's a Toyota Hiace with a high top. She's a bit of a mess, but this is the setup. So bed there, surfboard. We've obviously personalised her with all of our little flags and painted her white. She's all cutesy. But yeah. At the beginning of the trip, I very much would stay at caravan sites and everything. But now that I'm more comfortable and I'm on a budget, I've been very much free camping. It makes me feel way less guilty when I get that extra drink at the pub. As much as free camping is challenging, because you have to get up at 5:30 every morning to dodge rangers, well worth it. Like the bags under my eyes are very much Gucci. Hands down, the best campsite I've ever been to was in the Bay of Fires in Tasmania. It's so incredible to the point where the rangers and the council have put up a sign saying max stay 28 days. Like, whose setup can facilitate a 28-day stay without visiting a town? Like, my water would run out after 2 days. That is incredible. Anyway, it's amazing. You should all go. My favourite spot has to be Exmouth, where I am now. It just reminds me so much of home in North Bondi. Like, the community is incredible. So many water activities like boating, surfing, snorkeling. It is just beautiful. And the weather, incredible. I'd say the scariest time of being on the road was when I was crossing the Nullarbor and I thought I'd push Hurley's fuel efficiency and not get petrol at one of the roadhouses. Anyway, I literally rolled across the border to the next roadhouse. Petrol light was very much on. That was thrilling. Thought I'd be stuck in the middle of nowhere, but we made it. So it wasn't too scary, it was just more of a like living on the edge. An item I cannot live without, it sounds so ridiculous, but my soda stream. I bought a soda stream back in Port Augusta about 3 months into the trip and it just saves you. A lot of the water along the way tastes like absolute shit. So bubble it up, maybe add a little bit of cordial. You've got yourself pretty much a mocktail. And when I get soda streams, I can make Aperols, vodka lime sodas. I steer clear of the really bad for you boxed wines. Who's winning now? So because I did plan on internationally backpacking this year, I do have some savings that have been funding the trip. But the occasional odd job, like I was a door girl at an event 2 nights ago, like you're not going to say no to those. Depending on whether I'm traveling solo or with someone, like the amount per month will change, but it's generally around $1,500 a month I'd be spending. Biggest expense by far is petrol. Hurley is a little bit of a muncher when it comes to the old unleaded 91, but look, if we stick at 80, she's way more fuel efficient. Something I've definitely learnt while on the road is how good a hot shower is. Like, that cold showers do the job, but my goodness, a hot shower, man. Probably like once every 2 weeks these days. And when they happen, they are so good. By far my favorite thing about traveling is the people that you meet along the way. Like, I've got some lifelong friends, and I made, like, for example, I met people in Tassie in Feb, and then we're surfing together in Exmouth in September. Like, that's just something that you don't get when you're living the everyday life at home. Biggest splurge. Last week I hit the point where I hadn't had a house for 8 months, and so I rented an apartment for 3 nights, and I did my washing, and I ironed on like the patches that I've been collecting onto my denim jacket, and I had about 1,500 hot showers, and it was well worth it. Sometimes you've just got to make those calls and splurge and spend. And now I'm back in the van. I've been really lucky while traveling when it comes to lockdowns, because I have avoided most of them. I was really closely almost impacted by the Perth lockdown, but I'd gotten out a week earlier. But honestly, all in all, lockdown is the reason why I'm doing this. Like, Sydney's lockdown in 2020, I could not do that again. As much as we barely even went into lockdown, and I cannot complain, I needed to get out of there. My number one tip for people who want to live out of their setups or travel or whatever would be to download Wikicamps, the app. It's like, yes, it's a paid app. It's like $7, but honestly, I should be a brand advocate for these guys. It is the best money you will spend. Every single paid, unpaid campsite, where you can shower, where you can find water. It is just unreal, and you cannot travel Australia without it. Is this an ad? Anyway, if anyone sees me driving around Australia, please say hi. Love meeting new people.